Okay, we're back and this book is pretty much dry. I have to admit I'm always impatient. But what you're going to do is put the papers underneath again so that you can protect the other side of your book. And I'm going to go pretty fast in here because it's just basic things that you're going to want to do in your own way. I'm going to start with a coating of gesso, and you can use white gesso or use black gesso. I like using black gesso because it's pretty easy too. I'm just going to take a dry brush and make a coating on here, and what this is going to do is just cover up the original color of this book. And I am doing the spine and everything because I want to make the spine match, and gesso is going to have a chalky finish to it, and this just really to give me a base coat of something to work on. I really did use too much this time, I think, but we'll see what we come up with. And that's why I said nothing is going to show through anyway. Okay, I'm actually going to use a paper towel to catch some of this. And I was told it depends on whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast if you call it gesso or gesso. So I guess it's really whatever your preference is. Wow, that paper towel even makes kind of an interesting texture in there. So that's where we're going to start. Also, because I am so impatient, I'm going to dry it just a little bit with the heat tool here. So let's try that for a moment. And you don't have to do this, you can just let it sit if you would like. Whatever you prefer to do. I'm really big into the no rules. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Good enough for us to get going at least. Okay, now what we're going to start doing is adding some paint. And I'm using just plain old acrylic paints. Yes, the cheap old ones that you can pick up anywhere. Just any colors that you like. Pick a few colors to mix together. Not with each other, but they're going to coordinate. And I save these like plastic food container trays. Those work awesome for a palette. So we're going to start with them. And there is no rhyme or reason to any of this. Pretty much what it is just take your brush, using it kind of like a dry brush, and just start adding some color here and there. And it doesn't have to be, you don't want it to be anything perfect or, you know, just any special design. Just add some in there. And because it's bumpy, that texture that we put on with the tissue paper, it's going to pick up in some places more than others, and that's perfectly fine. It's exactly what you want. And don't forget, as you're doing this, you're going to add some to the spine also, because you want it all to look fairly consistent on the whole thing. You can see that covers up pretty well. So after you get some going on there, don't even worry about cleaning off your brush. I mean, you can use it on a paper if you want to get some of it off of it, but just grab another color, pick up another color with your brush, and start adding that in. And you're just going to go all over your book, blending the colors together wherever you choose. And even though you have a couple, and don't forget, even though you've already painted the spine, keep adding to it. Add more, catch your edges, whatever. After you've added a couple, I'm going to clean my brush off for this one because I wanted a contrast color, so I did kind of a reddish purple over here. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I'm going to add some in here and there. And again, just kind of blend it out. add a little interest wherever. And if you go very light, it's only going to pick up on the top of the tissue paper bumps, whatever. But add some in there. You can see it's already, you know, making quite a different look to this. And where it's not dry, it's blending more, and that's okay. So if it's blending more than you want, like I'm picking up some of the gesso underneath, and it's not exactly what I wanted, but put it in wherever. And then I'm going to take that paper towel again that I used to wipe off the first time, and I'm going to use that just kind of to mix things together. So do that. You can blend them. You can add more if you like, if you want a different look. Just keep going. But add it all in there. So you can see what a great background that's making. And it's giving you. And I wish you could see the texture, but hopefully you can get some of that. Now also at the end, I want to add some more of that spray webbing. So remember when we used that the other day, and we used this spray webbing? We're going to add a little more. And I'm going to take this off. I guess it really doesn't matter if you want to take it off or leave it on at the moment. I would probably let this dry a little more. I'm going to add some heat tool here. So I want it all to adhere well, so we're going to dry it just a little bit. And then I'm going to add some spray webbing. So I'm going to start with the gold, if there's any in the can. And I'm liking that already. And then the black. We'll add a little bit of black. And there's going to be our cover. So you can see what we ended up with for a great background technique for your covers, and I hope you like it. You can always collage on top of this if you want, but it's really pretty, very easy as you saw, and that's my last technique for June. So I hope you had a good time, and I hope you try these because I'm going to keep talking to you online.